Alright, I don't have a whole lot of time, and I have a lot of stuff I want to do. So, if I want to... Wait, what? Oh, Groundbreaker is just here. I'm not Groundbreaker. That's Groundbreaker. I got it. I understand.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
That is very fast. That is a nice-looking ship. Sup? Let's see, I just go to the...
You got a minute?
Oh, Pavardi? Oh, we should probably look around the ship a little bit. What do we have here? What is all this? Holographic shroud. Oh, right. That's loud. I turned up the music a little bit. I might have to turn it back down. I also turned the sound effects down because they were actually really loud. Anyway, projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel, and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Interesting. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Unread messages. You Bedford. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message. Silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it to your space buddies. Hope it'll amuse you while you're out adventuring. So, Udom. Okay, messages. Archived messages. Bedford. Okay. So I get the feeling this is going to bite me in the butt. Yeah, let's probably start with this one. Dear Alex, hello, Udom here, Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. Hope it wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me. And I tremendously appreciate your forbearance and not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. Lost Hope serves Spectrum Vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on. Let me know. New friend, Udom. This is going to end sadly. Dear Alex, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Haha, just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed, you know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, wingman. Huh. Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Please respond. Oh, he never responded to this one. Except for this. Okay. Can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down in Terra 2 proves fruitful. Look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Okay. Logs? Shrink Ray. Okay. So this is the original captain. Note to self, remember this later. No, better, Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Well, back to my point. I saw in actuality with my 2 eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells's lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I'd asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. But I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells's shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. More to be had. Hammer power. Last time I got sloshed, I was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with drinks. He seemed like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardets, yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like, none of us had heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardets said mad scientist was yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. Strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. Could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. And black market lead. Why? Why won't Wells just give me this shrink ray? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth and on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shutting him down 5 times, but, architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folk of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets, or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I've been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons through Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker in Fallbrook. Okay. So what else do we have in the bin? Oh, the bin is how we store stuff. Awesome! Okay, you know what? I've got 1 billion of these. I'm just gonna store them all. That'll seriously clear out my inventory. Sure, there's other stuff. We've got a bunch of trash, but I can just get rid of that. And a bunch of this, but I can also just get rid of that as well. What else do we have? Worker outfit. Let's see. Air mid ballistics. Ooh. I might want to look at that. It does have a sneak +7 rating, which is actually pretty good. Let's see. And let's move this over. I think everything else is good. Let's see. Saw an ad for this game. Is good? Oh, yeah, it's good. Okay. Do I want to get this up to 50? Kind of tempting. I should probably space out my points, though. We don't really need points in medical yet. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to get a lot of these up. And let's start putting points into dialogue. And then at some point I'll start putting points into these. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, combat dialogue abilities. When attacking the correct type of target, they're automatically debilitated. Let's see. And I also have a perk. I was gonna get probably extra carrying capacity. Extra EXP would be nice. Reducing vendor prices would be kind of nice. A number of these would be neat. I think carrying capacity works best for me. Okay. And then the other thing I was going to do is gameplay. We're actually going to bump it up to hard. It got a little easy. If it gets hard...
Make yourself at home, Captain.
If it gets, like, ridiculously hard, I'll turn it back down, but I doubt it. So, oh. Hi. There's no response from the auto-mechanical unit. A serial number is etched on its chassis. Includes the letter Sam. Okay, so I assume we have to unlock or fix Sam in some way. This is not a Petunia. Petunia the plant. So this is probably Parvati's father. And then we have a bunch of kind of boring looking rooms. We have him. Doctrinal studies. Journey of Maximilian de Soto. Index of banned literature. He's a heretic and he knows it. What's this? Tossball trading cards. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have quite the crew by the time we're done with this. Chances are I'm only going to use a couple of them. You know what? It's probably going to be Sam. I like the idea of having a murder robot with me. I mean, it's not necessarily murder bot, but you know what? With the way I play things, murder is kind of the primary thing. Okay. So next up, I want to use the workbench. We're going to look at... Wow, I apparently have a lot of weapons. Let's see. Were we gonna... Did I want to upgrade the plasma rifle? Let's tinker. So, it's only level 6. So it gets progressively more expensive as you go along. That's probably fine. Let's get everything up to level 10, vaguely. At least of these two. Plasma rifle and bolter pistol are my go-tos. Everything else is a little bit more eh. Let's see, can you have multiple followers at the same time in this? Not to my knowledge, no. Oh. Tinkered items can be no greater than 5 levels above your own. Ayy. Okay. I was wondering about that. It's like there has to be some kind of maximum here, and there's our answer. And onwards we go. Oh, you can bring 2 at once. So I can. I think there are more than you can bring on the ship, mostly because you can send them home while on the ship. Interesting. Well, I've got Max, and I've got Parvati. I don't actually care so much for Max. I probably should have upgraded my armor. Oh well. So is this better? It's about the same, colors are different. I'm gonna go with this, if only because dodge is nice. This is a little bit better. And also, I'm going to be sneaking a lot. Not necessarily because
Okay, all quiet.
I need to do that much stealth, but because property reappropriation is like my #1 modus operandi.
Just checking your ship's
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I...
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
What happened?
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Technically, previous captain died in a horrible accident.
So your ship's got a dark and violent history? This is just too perfect. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
Never caught your name. I'm Captain Kronk.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, Felix.
See you around, boss.
He's
Going for a stroll around the docking?
gonna sneak onto our ship, ain't he? Now, unfortunately, half of these things I'm not going to be able to steal, am I?
It's always fucking freezing in the base.
Yeah, I don't really care. Do-do-do-do. Nobody noticed that. Perfect. I'm going to have so much wealth by the time I'm done. I love the fact that I can just rob this whole place blind. ID cartridge. ID cartridge used with the holographic shroud. Now be automatically disguised when entering the associated restricted area. Beautiful. Alright, so now I have these things. Do I have anything else here that I should pay attention to? I don't really need any more mag picks. Oh, McRed. Dead or alive, for several counts of public intoxication, destruction of groundbreaker property, unpaid docking fees, and resisting arrest. Contact Commandant Sanita if you have any information concerning McRed's whereabouts. Failure to report a tip may result in imprisonment and or a fine. Proof of kill required to collect reward. There's Wells again. And some other stuff. We have a vending machine. Hello, random man.
If it wasn't for us,
Nope.
this whole damn station would shut down.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Okay, so what do we got here? I guess I should probably actually sell a couple of things. Odd sort. So what's this? Okay, and I'm on sell this time. Looks like most of these are again still just kind of random drugs. I'm just gonna hold on to an insane amount of apples. And obviously healing items. But the rest of this stuff, probably just money fodder. Sell that, sell that. What else we got? I'm just gonna get rid of the axe. Spare hammer. These are both bolter pistols, right? And they're level 5, so I can just get rid of them. I'm pretty sure this revolver is just worth more. I think it's slightly better too, but meh. Don't care. So that has an extendo sight and is level 2. Extendo sight level 2. No real difference, is there? Easy enough. Sell these two. So you shouldn't give the Vicar better stuff. Honestly, not too interested in the guy. I probably should. I just can't imagine I'm going to be using him for very long. So I'm probably not. Anyway, I guess I gotta talk to this guy. So,
Identification, please.
you're guarding the door, so I'll call you guard. You're welcome.
That's only about the third or fourth dumbest line I've heard all day. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Seems a little high. That was barely a 3, in my humble opinion.
Hey, that's better than half. Could be worse.
Could be better, too. So, identification?
Let's see. Pretty sure Hawthorne's ID doesn't work. My name's Captain Kronk. It's my first time here.
You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why it was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Great. I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Let's see. Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Let's see. I'm looking for someone a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Got it, thanks.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
Let's see. That's all I need to know.
All right.
Let's see. Seems like there's some tension between the board and Groundbreaker.
You noticed, huh?
I'm bright like that.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Sounds complicated.
Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
See ya.
Be seeing you.
Identification not required. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, Marday?
Hmm?
Nope. Oh, Marday is a person.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from...
Okay, so let's take a look at the map. Oh, boy.
Monarch.
Let's see.
Here we go again.
Well, we wanted to talk to...
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time, nor loitering.
I'm interested in the Mac Red bounty. Where can I find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
I'll take the posting.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
What bounties do you have available?
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
Can we talk?
What the? Vicar, what are you doing in there?
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time. While we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
You know somebody who can read the book?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead. Where do we find him?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How the crew manifests help us track down your scholar friend.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain. This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
Okay, holographic disguise activated. Shroud is activated. Moving drains the shroud's energy. When it runs out, people see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation and reset the shroud. Oh. This is really cool.
Great work. There it is. Just yank the drive.
Okay. Confiscated goods. Detained a freelancer who is cagey about his business, confiscated his personal belongings while he waited for questioning. Modified pistol, jock, hatchet, metal hoop, prayer beads, locked container. Owner refused inspection. But before we could get down to it, left his things behind, so they're stored in the back of the security station until the idiot shows his face again, which is likely to be never. Docking records. Security logs. Let's see. Sublight put a bid on one of her impounds. Generous one, too. Brawl and Lost Hope. Oh, Lost Hope. Huh. Hawthorne's ship impounded by order of Udon Bedford. No clue why. Hawthorne associates with that bored snake. Guy from the Back Bays roughed up the Moon Kid. And sworn testimony the mech red was spotted at the rest and go.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
I like it how nobody even notices me scooting through like this. Okay, so what do we got over here?
Nicely done.
Okay.
Keep up
Oh,
the
that's
good work.
Max. Now, as long as I don't move, this Mardet won't notice me. Also, as long as I don't sprint or some other things. I guess I'm just going to wait here for a bit. Because... moving throws off the stupid disguise. So, yep. How you guys doing tonight? I'm good. I'm tired. And more things happened today that I wasn't expecting. To, like, have to deal with. So it's thrown me off more than a little. I wonder if I can fast travel out of here. He goes back there. I can get the door open.
Nicely done.
Oh, and this is no longer restricted access, because this is actually the backside. Huh. Neat. And that Mardet just doesn't notice. Oh boy, what do we got up here? Are these just like a bunch of different secret routes into the, It is. I love that. Standard troop armor. Ooh. And a bunch of other stuff. It looks like it's all kind of the same vein of things, but still. Okay. If you climbed the ladder, you could have skipped customs. Yeah, but customs didn't really, like, bother me much. I mean, yeah, my ship's impounded, but it would have been impounded no matter what. Unless I'm mistaken. Oh. Well, that person got wrecked. Anything interesting over here? Nope. Well, time to break my shins. And they have been broken. But that's fine. Yeah, it's like, I could have skipped customs. I'm not entirely... I'm not entirely convinced it would have done much good for me. What else we got? We've got these guys here. I will always loot monger. It is in my blood. And that is barred. Okay. Oh, good. You can just run through your companions. That's certainly nice.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch.
Let's see. Anything actually interesting here? Yes.
Lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
I've never pickpocketed somebody in one of these games before. It doesn't strike me as worthwhile. Hold up. There's a whole area up here. Okay. I'm just gonna... Beaten path, I reject you. Where does this go?
Well, well, well. What fine treasures might await us in here?
I got my stabby stick.
That one's done for.
Okay. That looks like the kind of thing I want a gun for. Okay. Wrong gun.
This is bad!
Good gun.
Everyone all right?
Wow, Pavardi got messed up by something. I'm not entirely sure why. Let's see, what is this recommended path you talk about? Yeah, exactly. I found a secret little entrance to this place, so I'm going to take it, regardless of whether or not I have any reason to be here. I just, look, I love nooks. I like alternate paths. I like this game. It's really dang good. Also, thank you, Cryoris, for the raid. How are you doing today? Did you get the chance to load up the Outer Worlds, or still waiting on that one? Because this game is fun, and I kind of want everybody to play it. Like, I might actually try and coax Shell into playing this game. Your Brick Sniffer. I almost went with Brick, but then people said Captain Kronk, and I was like, genius. Okay, so I could go down, but let's go through the locked door. I just had the key for that. Shit. Prismatic Hammer. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science weapon skills increase.
Now, I don't say this lightly, but... that is a work of sheer universal beauty.
Okay, logs. Error aberrant interface. Discovery. While rummaging through the back bays, I discovered a very old Hammersmith crate that seemed to have been sealed for a long time, but algo grease and determination pried it open, but I couldn't make heads or tails of my discovery, a prototype hammer. Didn't know Hammersmith actually made hammers, but I brought it to my lab for a closer look. Strangely, it glows. The trail of its wake lingers, even when my eyes are closed. Mystery. Spent more time on the hammer. Its internal workings are state of the art. Thermal, electric, and chemical systems all working in harmony. How is this even possible? The weapon is a breakthrough in circuitry and engineering, and many of its systems appear rigged against tampering. There's a curious energy signature swirling around or about the weapon, though I've yet to identify the source. The air tastes like copper, and I've lost several teeth. I've had the most sublime prismatic dreams since I invited the hammer into my bedchamber. Never mind that for now. Good news first. Energy signature matches Blondiot's exclusive N-rays, raising the hammer's elemental properties to 4: shock, plasma, corrosion, and radiation. Now for the bad. In my attempts to neuter the self-destruct functionality, I inadvertently caused a small fire. The hammer's manual controls may never function again. Swinging it seems to be the only way of cycling through its elemental modes. Let's take greater care with future experiments. Annihilation. I've taken the liberty of locking myself in the workshop. My tinkerings were all for naught. This is no prototype. I'm simply too flawed to recognize its perfections. The hammer is a lesson, a symbol. It whispers to me that disorder rules all things, but with a little ambition we can harness that power. Only by inflicting chaos upon others can we transmute disorder into harmony. And that is a lesson Halcyon is not ready to hear. But I am. I got big bonk. Ooh.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about anything else before we moved on?
Nope. Whee! Oh, this is that bar door. So that's actually the only way in here. Beaten path? You would have led me astray. Alright. Now I'm just going to gleefully run around with a giant hammer in my hands.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Okay, so we've got... it's not too big. So we got this here on the left. I guess let's go to the rest and go. Does it look pretty when swung?
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Let's talk to Milo.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
I'm looking for Gladys.
Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
How's life on the Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
Okay, bye. I don't think he has anything important or useful. So, this door? Nope. This is the poop room. Nope. It escaped. Secret path.
Inside voices.
Hello. Squatter's Journal. Served on 2 corporate freighters before I got stranded here. Everyone's heard my sob story, but no one's listening. To them, I'm just background radiation. Wasn't my fault the captain decided to take off early. Wasn't my fault no one checked the crew manifest. Wasn't my fault they replaced me with a full-timer. Now I'm filthy, bitless, and bedless, friend. As far as anyone's concerned, I'm groundbreaker trash. That's how I live. No one agrees to take me on his crew. I suppose that's how I'll die. I'm to rob this poor man blind. Not that he had much. Oof. Well. Okay. More bit cartridges, armor parts. There's more to this place than I am expecting. At least the water is not electrified. How did nobody find that person? Oh, where am I? I don't know where I am. Nothing else in here. Okay, let's go back. I'm in quarantine. Sup, Mardu?
Looking sharp.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
One's apparently locked off. I'm perpetually baffled that no one seems to care. But I'm okay with this. Let's see. Did you figure out where the plague came from? I did. It was scurvy. Wow. That lasts a lot longer than I thought. Alright. And where am I? I don't know. See, I've been to quarantine. Where am I now, then? Oh. I'm apparently in the medical chambers. Sickbay nurse. Dr. Wander Dorset.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait.
are having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler says your shipment won't be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
I could try and find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Hardly a problem. Have you seen my hammer? It is glorious. Ellie, well, we got more characters to talk to.
Sorry, am I causing a scene?
I have no idea.
See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look in on Jessie.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Hi.
Something I can help you with?
Like to see Jessie Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say. Have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
Can I buy supplies from you?
Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
Let's see.
Take care.
Right. Probably not going to get anything else used from that. I wonder if I can just use the terminal. Messages. Captain, you're in subject where my automax. How can we know about that? Return to route. Logs. Staff shortage. So, pretty much stuff we already knew. I'm surprised that they let me just use that computer. But hey, you know what? Look like you belong and everybody will just go with it. Oh. ID cartridge. Cool. Okay, so we want to do journal. Worst contact. I'm betting she's in quarantine. What's up?
For the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
Open the door before I kick it down.
Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
Well, you don't look that sick.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do.
Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to Udon for you.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Sweet. There's nothing in there. Yeah, I've already done that. Act like you belong. Like cops carry turbo hammers with them. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's see. So, waste disposal. I kind of just went in a big loop around that one person. You know what? Whatever. Who cares? Let's go back in here for a second. Alright, whatever.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a 0G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
Let's see. I gotta ask you about the hat.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice! Taste the freedom!
Oh boy. You doing alright in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Can you see in there?
I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
Do you brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Sprat Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Do you miss eating solid food?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon colony.
Do you have to sleep with that on?
Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
Spacer's Choice make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Do you need me to help you get out of there?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
I'm addressing the man beneath the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Sorry if I pushed you too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Okay.
Have a look.
What's he got to trade? The answer is apples. Always apples. What else does he have? So, Moonman helmets, costume accessory. Interesting. So yeah, if I want one of those, I can get one. Let's see. A lot of basic armor, stuff that we've pretty much seen. A couple of different mods that might be kind of interesting, but I'm sure we'll get most of those myself.